There you go.
Only because the only reason I'm like smart at that trivia is because he pulled out all of those in Deadpool, which I know that's not like the same. It's the same kind of, but they lend to the humor of throwing those type of songs in places you wouldn't expect. So
The MCU loves a needle drop.
yeah, well, that was a good switch over in terms of topics. We do have Tanya here to talk new movies, but real quick, classic movies. I know you could take up the rest of the hour talking about classic movies. But for you, what's defined as a classic movie?
The first one that comes to my mind is St. Elmo's Fire. That was such a big one for me back in the day. Mm-hmm. And I just recently rewatched that one. Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, 16 Candles. 16 Candles was a big one for me too. So
all those goodies.
Yeah, I just love all of them.
Do we love any of the new releases as much as we love some of the classics? Oh, is that a trick question?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Marvel universe definitely, I feel like, will be classics because they hold up. Like, I recently rewatched part of Iron Man 3 because I was trying to find the answer to something, and I felt like it really held up. And I remember at the time thinking that was my least favorite of the Iron Man movies, but it's amazing how well,
and you remember my introduction to the Marvel universe was I watched the Endgame first. It was my very first ever to see, which was a terrible idea, right? I just didn't buy into it. And then I kind of got hooked. So then I started watching them backwards. So sometimes when you see things again, but you have the answer, like it makes it more interesting because you can see the ties. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that's what just overwhelms me when you think about that world, is how perfectly it's threaded. No matter who's directing, who's writing, they just, it's just perfectly done.
There's got to be a master key somewhere with shortcuts and all the things in that way. Well, what is new this week, Miss Tanya?
Well, we've got one scary movie coming out this weekend. Final Destination, Bloodlines. The one thing, I have not seen any of these since the first one. It traumatized me enough that I really, this is not my favorite genre anyway, but this is actually the 6th movie. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I would.
And
was enough.
Last one before this one was 2011, so almost 15 years ago. I mean, that's really hard to believe it's that many, and then they waited that long.
So does it pick up where it left off? Is there a log truck?
In this one, it is like an ancestor to some of the characters we've previously seen, and she discovers, of course, she's got questions about her grandmother and why she's so recluse, kind of distant from the family, and so she goes to see her to get the answers, and of course things turn bad, and she realizes that her family's being killed in the order, her bloodline is being killed in the order of birth. So just a happy, feel-good movie.
It's just a wonderful movie. You know what? You should go and make your life feel better about your life.
Yes. Hopefully you don't have those kind of things going on.
But there is an audience for you for that will flock to it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And then the other big movie out this weekend is called Hurry Up Tomorrow. And this is actually a companion movie to The Weeknd's latest album, which makes me think of Jennifer Lopez. You remember the Amazon release a few years ago? This Is Me Now. And sadly, she divorced not long after that. And it makes me think a little bit of Piece by Piece, the Lego movie that's about Pharrell's life, which I watched and I thought it was really good. But anyway, it's loosely based on The Weeknd's life, and a lot of artistic
references and connections. And
anyway, so that's really it for new movies. So this is probably a good weekend to go see the Thunderbolts if you missed it the first time.
Still good, still doing well?
Yeah, it still is. It was number one last weekend. It's over almost $140 million to date, which is not shabby. There is also a home release. This one is on Netflix, and it's called Nona's, which is
so good.
Yeah,
we watched it last weekend.
Yes, the Italian name for grandmother. And oh my gosh, wasn't it sweet?
It was sweet. I watched it with my mother-in-law, and the family watched it, and so it was a good one.
I love Vince Vaughn.
And it's not his normal
no,
role.
I mean, the first thing I thought 10 minutes into it, I was like, when is he going to get his Oscar? And, maybe, you never know. This one could get him a little attention because he played the part so well. And we've seen him play silly, of course, and we've seen him play mean, evil. But he really stretched his chops in this one. But he plays a guy who's lost his mother and really misses her. Yeah. And really just misses them. And the thing that keeps coming to his mind is they're cooking, and that was his connection with them, and so he decides to open this restaurant and honor them by cooking some of their recipes. And his idea was, I'm going to get grandmas to come in here and cook, and that's what he did. But oh gosh, it was so sweet. I just thought it was really.
It was based off a true story, which I thought was real interesting.
Yeah. And it's, I don't know, like you said, it's definitely a departure for him and reminds me of what a great actor he is, and he needs an Oscar.
It was also good to see older actresses being able to.
Susan Sarandon was in it. I have a hard time thinking of her as a grandmother. I mean, to me, she looks exactly the same as she did in Major League all those years ago. Joe Manganiello's in it, so a great cast. But definitely check that out if you have Netflix, or get a friend's password. And
she didn't say that on air.
I'm just kidding.
She would never do that. No,
never.
Never do that. But, however you can watch it and stream it, that would be, to me, it was a wonderful family movie. It's one if you're still celebrating Mother's Day late, or you want to cut, it was a good heartfelt one for sure.
Yeah. And talking about classic movies, a lot of Vince Vaughn movies would fall in that category for me too. I love Swingers, Dodgeball. I mean, they're all so good.
My favorite is the breakup, and it's the whole lemon scene where she wants him to want to get the lemons, and he's like, I got the dang lemons, and she's like, no, I want you to want to get the lemons. And then he's like, what? And I'm like, that is marriage.
Yes. It's very relatable.
But yeah, and that's more of his classic sort of roles that you sort of see him in, and this one's a little softer side.
Yeah.
In that way. Speaking of classics, Aaron and Meridian text in Tanya, and he said he loves watching them movies with his dad, Westerns, The Outlaw, The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, Glory, Unforgiven, Braveheart. So there's all different classics.
The Outlaw Josie Wales.
Law Josie. Oh, did I say it? Oh, sorry. The Outlaw Josie Wales or whatever. You've got categories of classics as well. Like there's a lot of different that would kind of fall under that. Keith says all the National Lampoons.
Oh yeah,
Bueller would fall into that. Were there any for you, Tanya, for such a love of movies that you couldn't wait to share with your boys once they got to have an age to have enjoyed it?
Let me think on that a minute. Probably something like The Bad News Bears, but an edited version on TV. That because as a child, I thought it was funny, and everything went over my head. As an adult, I'm like, ooh, but
that's what I said about the Titanic. And Rhino was like, there's only like one scene. I said, no, there's two. That if you have a tween or a teen at home, you do not want to be watching that on the big screen with them.
Yeah.
See, I'm glad you totally agree with that, Tanya. All right, you keep sending us your classic movie favorites. Smokey and the Bandit's coming in hot. Many are saying that. And we've got more for you coming up next.